Hello and good afternoon. Hello and good afternoon. Yes, we were having some technicalities earlier on and had to delay this particular broadcast to be able to make sure that we got on to you effectively. I do know that you guys are excited about the accomplishments of your goals and your dreams, and my entire philosophy or purpose is to be able to help you accomplish your goals and your dreams. It does matter to me. It does matter a lot to me, the accomplishment of your individual goals. Now, we are going to delve into two things today. First off, I'm going to ask each of you to go ahead and share with us. I am Melva. I hail out of Lake Work Beach, Florida. I continue to focus attention on making sure that your goals become a reality. It matters. Your goal matters. It could change the trajectory of your life, but also of your family and everyone that you come in contact with. When you do set a goal, it grows you. And as you're growing, it grows others as well. So your goal is not independent of others, it's connected with the lives of so many others. Many lives will be touched, changed, and transformed because you set a goal and you are deliberate about going after that goal with gusto. If you can take a look at any organization that was ever formed that is productive and has helped many lives, it all started with one person who had a goal, a desire to change something. Facebook started with a desire for people to be connected, where people were putting ads in the paper trying to find their moms and classmates from school from years, decades ago, and it just was ineffective. And somebody thought it wise to be able to come up with a platform where people could connect. And the stories could go on and on and on. So your goal matters. Reaching them does matter. And today we're going to talk to you about how to reach your goals, how to reach your goals. Goals has to be reached in an illogical way. It must not make sense to many people in terms of how you crystallize a thought in your mind to get you to your goal. But before I go any further, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and type in the feed. Tell me your name. Tell me your name. I want to know you. I want to know who you are. I want to know you. You matter. I want to know you. So, hi, Earlene. It's great to see you. Angela Adams. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. These are women who truly have a goal and are deliberate about going after their goal. They've zeroed in on it, their main chief definite aim. They know what it is they want, and they take every step necessary to be able to propel them to the accomplishment of that goal. These are the women that you will find on here. These are the women who will show up at 12 o'clock in the middle of the day, in the midst of everything, to be able to zero in on what matters. Hey, Barbara, it's great to see you. Today, I'm going to be very sharp and frank and specific, like a bullet, straight to the point. How do you get to your goals? First off, could you please do me a favor? Write your goals in the feed. Why do I ask you to write those goals? It's a part of how you get to your goal. You have to literally zero in on your goal and look at it every single day. Rehearse it in your mind every single day. Visit with it every single day. Write about it every single day. And visualize yourself with that goal already accomplished. Not that it will happen, but see yourself with everything that you want already happening. And it is from that space that you can attract the frequency to cause that thing to happen because you're living in it. Got to be living in it. So how do you accomplish your goal? Number one, you must be crystal clear that that is the goal that you want and that you're passionate about it. You will not get to a goal that you're not passionate about. You have nothing that will drive you towards it. If there's no passion there, the goal will literally stay away from. A goal loves energy, it loves excitement, it loves passion, it loves to fuel you. So if your goal is not fueling you, if you don't feel excited about it, you need to change that goal and find one that rattles you up and makes you want to get up out of bed every morning, makes you want to pop on here in the middle of the day, no matter what's going on, you're here. You've got to find a goal that does that. So I have to go back to yesterday's workshop on your goal. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and type your goal in the feed. I am happy and grateful now that I am. And once you do that, we're now going to zero in on how do you make this, how does this goal become a reality? How does this goal become a reality? What causes this goal to move from a thought, a desire, internal desire, ultimately becomes a theory that this is could possibly happen, and then move from a theory to its actual realization where you're living out that goal. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. So let me read some of these goals. I am happy and grateful now that I'm a sales director. Sales director. So here's the goal. I am a sales director. The first element of this goal is for Erlene to live in the mode of a sales director. She got to act like a sales director. She got to talk like a sales director. She has to work like a sales director, the kind of work that a sales director does. And she has to practice this in her mind and become that in her everyday life. She's got to do that. So it says, I am a sales director. What does it mean to say I am happy and grateful now that I am? It means that I am acting in the role as, I am giving off the vibrational energy of a sales director. I act like, that's what it means to say I'm happy and grateful now that I am mentally, in my mind, living in the reality of being a sales director, even if the title is not yet had. Even if you do not have the title yet, got to stand in that position firmly, believing it completely and passionately, receiving it as already done. Let me repeat that. I am happy and grateful now that I'm a sales director. Got to live in the mentality of a sales director. Got to act like a sales director. Got to talk like a sales director. Mentally living in the reality, the very fact that I am. When you do that, you will literally attract vibrational energies at that level to fulfill that need, that goal, that desire. Let's take it a little further. Then she goes on to say, receiving well over $2,000 week after week after week. All right, so now you're in the mental thought, I am a sales director. And then she moves on to talk about the income that's associated. She has to see herself making, so here is Arlene seeing herself receiving $2,000 week after week after week. Literally see yourself counting that $2,000, counting it, mentally counting it in your mind on a day, every week. So your week started, let's say yesterday, and your week, let's say, ends on Saturday. On Saturday, you are mentally counting that money. You're counting it right now in your mind. I am counting my $2,000 worth, $2,000 that I have received. See the money, see yourself counting it, or see it deposited in your Cash App or your Zelle or your account. You've got to see it. What does that do? Again, you're able to draw the vibrational energy of what it takes to be able to create $2,000 on a weekly basis. When you consistently do that, then it becomes a part of who you are being. And the reality steps into focus because you already have put yourself in the vibrational energy of a sales director, receiving over $2,000 every single week. That's $8,000 for the month. Can you get excited? All right, so that is Erlene's goal. Going to take a look at another one. Let's take a look at Charlotte's. I'm happy and grateful now that I'm a sales director. Here again, Charlotte. You've got to stand in the position of a sales director. Mentally see yourself as a sales director. Act like a sales director. See yourself putting on the sales director suit. Pull the suit wherever it is, find one, and I know I've sent you guys many of them, and see yourself dressing yourself in your sales director suit. See yourself dressing yourself in your sales director suit. Get the size that you want and put it on in the mornings when you're getting dressed. No matter what it is that you put on your back, see it as your sales director suit. Suit up like as if you were. Put it on every single morning. Put it on. And at night when you go to bed, say to yourself, I'm now taking off my sales director suit, ready for bed. Here is going to bed. This is Sales Director Charlotte Mercado making breakfast, making dinner, making lunch. This is Charlotte Mercado Sales Director Charlotte Mercado going to the post office. Live in the reality of it and it sounds illogical, dumb, but that's okay. Until your mind, you make sure you continue programming that thought over and over and over and over and over and over again until the reality becomes yours. Let me share this with you. A baby, when they were born, the parents gave the name. Okay, so your name is Melva. And then I get the name Melva. My parents gave me the name. And they don't say to me when I was born, say, hey, your name is Melva. You got to remember your name. That's your name. No, your parents keep calling you by that name over and over and over and over and over and over until you kind of get the idea that that's my name. So you start saying it, and you might not say it perfectly at first. And somebody, what's your name? You start giving that name, and your parents start teaching you how to spell that name. And then as you go along over time, you just know that that's your name. So when somebody asks you, what's your name? My name is Melva. Where did that come from? You programmed, you were told that that was your name. You receive it as your name as a child, and you continue to use your name. Then you got married and you got another name. And you change that, and you over and over say the name, practice spelling it. That's me. Practice spelling the name until it becomes you. And that's your name. The same with your goals. The same with your goals. Got to practice in the position. You can't just say, I want to be a sales director. Oh, I like how the sales director. You got to step into the role if you're going to own it. Own the position. Own it. 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 Own the position so that it fits on you. Fit it on. Fit on the position, my friends. Fit it on. Fit it on. Stop saying I'm going to be a red jacket. Fit on the red jacket. Get excited about fitting it on and acting like one, right? Fit it on. Stop telling people I'm going to be a sales director. Fit on the sales director suit. Jackie, live in that suit. Live in what it does for you. Live in what it will contribute to your family. Live in what it's going to do to your community. Live in what the lives of the consultants, that the lives is going to change. Live in what it's going to facilitate for your customers, giving them the confidence. Live in that position. Live in there. Okay, here's another one. I am super excited now that I'm enrolling thousands of dynamic women who make more money in 1 week than most people make in a month. What do you do with this? You make sure you see them there. I'm pulling up as many of them. Facebook user. And I think, I don't know exactly who this person is. I'm wanting to think that it may be Joanne. I am happy and grateful now that I'm a brand new sales director and leading a team of dynamic women and men who are making more in 1 week. This may be Jackie, than most people make in a month. Yes, Jackie. So you got to see yourself in the position. See yourself, see yourself, see yourself. Practice, 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 practice. Every morning, wake up, sales director. Hey guys, good morning. This is sales director Jackie. Practice it. Your subconscious mind has adapted so many things over the years, and being a sales director was not on one of them, not yet. So you have to download that to your subconscious mind. That same subconscious mind that drives your car. You know, when you just started driving, you had to learn to put your hand on the right thing, to be able to turn it in a certain way. And when you were backing up, you were very careful, and you had quarter to 3, and then you went to quarter past 3. You had to learn how. Now you jump in your car, you just jump in and boom, here come, turn that ignition on or press a button, and you put yourself in reverse, boom, out the driveway, down the road. You got it. That was based on practice. And then your subconscious mind got it and learned how to do that naturally, like it's a hobby. It just makes it happen. Now, because you programmed it, you, my friends, have to program what you want for your life. You cannot live it haphazardly. It cannot be, if somebody helps me out, great. It has to be a concerted effort to get to your goal, seeing yourself in the position. Stop looking around to see who is in the position. Put yourself in the position. Put yourself in the position that you want to be. You want to be a Cadillac director? See yourself in the Cadillac. Every time you step into your car and turn the ignition on, it is a pink Cadillac. Are you with me? That is how goals come together. It's not wishing. The work is necessary, but that piece has to be in place first so that the work that you do will be directly related to the result that you want. Or you're going to find yourself doing all kinds of different work that does not get you to your goals. A lot of other stuff, which gets me to this topic. How do you ultimately get to your goal? Law of polarity. Now, Melba have been, working to become a director or become a red jacket for a minute now. I've been working on it. Okay, let me take a look at Barbara's comment before I touch on how do you shift what's not happening, what needs to happen. If you want to hear about that, type the word "why" in the chat. Yes, I want to know that. Just put yes. I'm happy and grateful now that I'm a sales director, making more money in 1 week than most people make in a month, leading strong, intelligent women that are making things happen and taking their business to a higher level. Barbara, congratulations on being a sales director, leading this absolutely amazing, strong, intelligent women and making sure that their business is going to a higher level. I applaud you for building that kind of a unit. Congratulations. Congratulations. Continue to see that, visualize it. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So here we go. We hear Earlene saying, yes, yes, I want to know. I want to know how to drop those habits. That thinking habit or the habits that you do every day that don't lead you to anywhere. Let me tell you, I'm talking about it because I know about it. I know exactly what it is to succeed in a big way. And trust me, I know what it is to fail in a massive way as well. And so can stand here credibly before you to tell you the difference and what it takes to shift gears, right? And you may shift gears right now and it's not adamant, it's not seen immediately, but I promise you, when you shift gears to the right direction, all of it will come to surface. You will accomplish the things that you truly desire to accomplish. If you stay focused on one goal that drives you, keep your mind on one thing. When you put an image on your mind and you literally block out all other images away from this particular goal that you have, dormant forces and faculties come alive to serve you up a phenomenal banquet on that one thought, that one goal that you're passionate about, the one goal that will change the trajectory of your life, that one goal. All right, so let me say this. Your goals must come, your desire to work must come from inside out. Do not watch anyone around you. Don't look what other people are doing. Hey, you thought, you know what? Don't look at it. What that does is distracts you. And whenever you start creating competition, you're always going to show up small. And your small person cannot wait to show off. When you start looking at other people and how great they're doing and start disqualifying yourself by thinking, oh my God, they're doing so well. What's wrong with me? Ain't nothing wrong with you, baby. Look inside and create from inside. What do you want? And stay focused on what you want. Concentrated effort on what you want. Stop lining yourself up with other people. Stop it. Stop. Pay attention to what's going on inside. Stop paying attention to the antennas that you have sticking out that comes in. Okay, so this is going on in politics. This is going on over here. This is going on. And you just seep them into your subconscious mind and shut down your vibrant ability to create something spectacular. When we start doing that, heaven and earth shifts for us. Do you know that more trillion millionaires have been created over the last year during the middle of this pandemic? Because they think millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires think differently. They focus on what they want and they do not zero in on the energy of anything is that which they do not want. The challenge with the top 3%, the challenge with the rest of the 97% of people who are not living up to the goals and the dreams that they desire for themselves is that they take off their mind their individual goals, their dreams, their desire, what they're passionate about, and they go to the polar opposite of watching all the things that cannot help them. And when you start tapping into that energy, all you get is what comes from that energy force. So if you start tapping into things that you do not want, you're going to get more of it. It's where you have zeroed in all of your vibrational energy. It's floating in that direction. And if it's down a negative path, it's going to continue to spiral down that negative path. However, hold on. If you focus your energy on what you want and you literally block out all the other things, and keep the energies focused on that, then what you will find is a spiral towards your dreams, your goals, your desires. How will it make you feel and you are as a sales director? How will it make you feel when you mentally shift as a sales director? How will that feel? Now, you have responded unanimously on how do I change the stinking results that I get, stinking thinking, stinking results. How do I change those kinds of results and shift it to a better result, a result that zeroes in on what I want for my life? How can I feel good about what it is that I'm doing? How can I allow my goals, open myself to receive my goals? How do I do that? How do I get away from what has been plaguing me year after year? Let's start with day after day. Our habits, week after week, month after month. And now, oh my goodness, it's going up into the year. For a whole year, I've wanted to kind of do this. I know what to do. I know how to do it, but somehow I'm not doing it. How do you get over this 2 years of the repeat of the same things? I'm winning now, I'm losing tomorrow. I'm winning now, I'm losing tomorrow. I have one streak of win and then one streak of failure. Let me tell you guys, I know what that is. I know very well what that is because I have lived it. How do I get past that once and for all? How do I? How do I? How do I get past that? How do I get into a new realm of consciousness that allows me to be able to go after my goals and stay with the process? How do I get unstuck? How do I? How do I get unstuck? So let's talk about that, and then we're going to wrap up. Can I ask you a question? Have you ever been stuck? Put that in the feed. Have you ever been stuck? I mean, really, have you ever been stuck? Put it in the feed. If you have ever been stuck, type it in the feed. Yes, I've been stuck. Okay. Thank you, Arlene. Why? I've been stuck. Yep. Jackie, yes, stuck. Kind of like doing the same thing over and over and over again and just can't seem to make a headway on what it is that you want. Yes. The first way to get over being stuck is admitting that we are. Yep. I've been stuck. It doesn't matter where you're stuck. You can be stuck at making $100 a day. You can be stuck at being $1 million director. You can be stuck at any place. Stuck is stuck, literally. Okay. Do you want to learn how to get unstuck? Do you want to get past being stuck? Type that in the feed. Yes, I want to. The full thing. Yes, I want to. That's what I'm about to answer for you. So if you want, you have to open yourself to receive and be ready for the information that I'm giving you to use it. Two things with information. Some people can read book after book after book after book after book and gather all this information in the conscious mind. And when we gather the information in our conscious mind, if our subconscious does not have a program, if we have not program our subconscious to get into action, all we do is collect information. $60 billion is spent every single year in corporations teaching people things, giving them information, which very few of them use. So it's wasted money from corporations, $60 billion in North America alone, with just giving information. It is time for us to use what we already have, and that is our intuition and what's inside of us, and being repetitive about what it is that we're going after, and know what it is that we're going after, not what somebody else wants for you, not somebody else's goal, your goal that you're passionate about. So, yes, Arlene says, I want to. Okay, So grab a pen and paper. First off, you are going to write out a place where you want a different result. Where do you want a different result in your business? Where do you want a different result? You're currently getting some results that you don't like. I want you to write out in its entirety, very detailed, exactly what's going on. Write out the problem as if you were going to tell it to somebody who truly could help you. So I want you to write it out, and I want you to write it out. I don't mean 2 sentences. I want you to write out every nitty gritty detail of this challenge you're having. Everything. Everything. A part of mine was I refuse to wake up before 7 o'clock in the morning. It just feels good getting up at 7. And I know that I needed to change my life and take it to a whole different dimension than where it is, because I cannot continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, getting the same kinds of results, which I'm frustrated with, and still keep doing the same thing. So it was important for me to write that down, and I wrote down everything. I wrote down everything I didn't like about where I was in my life, where I was in terms of what I wanted to attract in my life, what kind of life I wanted to live, and what I wasn't living. I wrote all of it down. So here you have your business. Write everything that you do not like, everything. All right. And there was a book that I read that says anything you do not want to have in your life, don't write it on paper. Well, I realized I'm going to tell you what to do with it afterwards. So now that you have written it down on paper, and you're going to need to do this after you get off the call, because you won't have enough time to be able to run through all of that here. But I do want you to take the time. I repeat, a lot of people, $60 billion is spent in North America educating people on what to do, and they never do it. There's a challenge between the knowing and the doing gap, that big gap in between. You will not be one of those. You will not be the person who knows and have this big gap and do nothing about it. You did come here to get unstuck and get to your goals today. I did share that with everyone, that's what we were going to do, including myself. So we're all doing this together. I've done it before. And as you grow, there are going to be other areas that you find that you need to write out what you do not like about that situation, and then move on to something else. So let's take a look at what we call the law of polarity. It is a law. It is a law, end of story. It's not a made-up story. It is a law. The law of polarity says that if there is hot, there's got to be cold. If there is closed, there's got to be open. If I'm inside a room, there's got to be an outside, right? So the law of polarity says if this thing happens, if there's black, there's white, right? That is the law of polarity. So as we work our businesses or our personal lives, there are areas that we find ourselves doing the same thing over and over, getting some results that we do not want. So what you want to do is, of course, write out that laundry list of things that you do, that's happening in the situation where you're not getting the results that you want. Don't be afraid to write it out. Writing it out is taking it outside of yourself. So get it out of you. Write it down. I repeat, writing it down is getting it outside of you. So it's inside. These are the things that are going on with me. When you write it on paper, you're giving yourself permission to take it out. Get it out of you. So if it's, I don't make phone calls, I don't follow up, I don't book appointments, I don't follow through, all of those things, write it down. And then when you get it outside of yourself on paper, what you want to do is to burn it, shred it, flush it, whatever you got to do with it, but get rid of it. It is symbolic. It's not something that's going to change your life because you just wrote it out on paper, but it's a symbolic gesture to yourself that I am over this. I am over this. I am releasing this. I'm letting it go. I'm over this. Okay, how many of you got that step 1? So if you got step 1, please type in the feed, I got it. It's your saying to me, hey, Melva, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. So put that in there. I got it. I'm going to tell you that it's easy for you to get off this feed and find yourself doing something else and not what you said you were going to do. right? So it's important that when you get off, you take the time to sit down and write it out. Some of us have been plagued by the same things for many years, robbing us of our ability to be able to give, to be free, the freedom to create, the freedom to be able to do the best we can with this life that God has given us. There's a quote that I have to share with you. Got to share this quote with you because it has blessed me in so many ways, and I hope it blesses you as well. Just so many different ways. This is the quote. It says, God's gift to us is more talent and ability than we'll ever hope to use in our lifetime. Our gift to God is to develop as much of that talent and ability as we can in this lifetime. In this lifetime. In this lifetime. So once you have done that, let me see, just quickly grab you guys. I got it. Charlotte, got it. Facebook user, I got it. Stephanie, Jackie, Angela, Barbara, Catherine, Erlene. Hey, Martha. Okay, awesome. Ooh, look at Elaine. I love me some Elaine. Okay, awesome. All of you. All right, so here we go. So now that you have written that out, remember we talked about the law of polarity. If there's hot, there's cold. If there's black, there's white. If I'm inside, there's an outside. Well, now that you have taken that outside of yourself, what you want to do is to sit down and write out that same situation the way you want it to be. You want to write out that same situation the way you want it to be. You want to write out that same situation, law of polarity. This is what that is. That's not what I want, but this is how I want it to be. You want to write out that. When you do that, my friends, you have now started changing your paradigm. What is a paradigm? It's a set of thoughts and ideas and actions and hereditary stuff that we have piled up in our mind that causes us to operate the same way all the time. Just keep operating the same way. So now that you've written that out, you want to go ahead and you want to read that every morning. You want to keep reading it how you want it to be. It will become like your absolute powerhouse affirmation, mantra, whatever you want. It's not adapted, it's unique to you because it's serving what it is that you want you to be and your life to become. So when you write that out, you want to read it every morning, every night, read it every morning, every night. I know you all make gold posters, and I'll tell you why gold posters don't work. When done and just put on the wall. It's something that has to be revisited every morning, every night, because your subconscious mind already have a lot of stuff hanging out in there that is in direct opposite to what you have on the gold poster. And the only way for you to change that is with practice. Remember the baby's name? And it was repeated, and over the years we keep saying it, and after a while you know your name. Nobody has to tell you, you know your name. It's the same thing with changing what you're currently doing that's not giving you the results that you want and replacing it with what you want and how you want it to be, and reading that to yourself on a daily basis until your subconscious mind gets it. And it sounds dumb, stupid, and illogical, but hey, that's what happens with our minds. We got to be able to repetitively tell ourselves what it is that we want. This is what it is. You know why we don't recruit as much? Because we tell ourselves that, people are not signing up, I did a gold medal, and you did your gold medal one time, and then mentally, you haven't done it for a while, and it just seems like, okay, so a gold medal is probably difficult, and the mind is zeroing on the fact that you think it is because you're separated by so many months, and over time, it believes that. And so it becomes a challenge to be able to do it. And you can reprogram that. You can. You most definitely can. Write out what it is, the situation as it is that you do not like. Rewrite, burn it, get it outside of yourself, burn it, write down the situation the way you want it to be. And your goals, my friend, will be realized. Your goals will be realized. Your goals will be realized. And I've come to the end. I'm going to leave you with this thought. I see only my objective. The obstacles must give way. I see only my objective. The obstacles must give way. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll get past goal setting and we will be focused on visualizing our goals as being already done, which you should be doing every day, but we'll practice it on top of something a little more special on top of that tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Have a beautiful day. I appreciate you taking the time to invest in yourself. Change is inevitable, but guess what? Personal growth, it is a choice. Personal growth and development is a choice, but change will always happen. Are you up for personal growth, personal development of yourself? It is a choice. It really is a choice. Thank you guys so very much. Have a beautiful day.